don't know, yep.
All right, we'll check back in with you in a couple. Aidan Jabbert is at the White House for us. Potentially getting us to this point is the shutdown grounded airlines today. Maybe that was the tipping point for lawmakers' decision about the shutdown.
All right, so that's going live. Okay, so that was just published. See, that's the thing. Am I live now?
It was Florida, it was Washington, D.C., where TSA workers, or I'm sorry, air traffic control workers were calling out sick, right? And it kind of culminated in this event just before 10 a.m.
Well, it's an air traffic control issue, and the ground stop was at LaGuardia. That was the one ground stop earlier this morning. Take a look at some video from LaGuardia. We've had a crew that has been there, and they've seen essentially, well, flights have begun, but once again, there are delays, and you'll see the board showing nothing but long delays. An hour and 26 minutes. That's the average delay right now, according to the FAA and LaGuardia. By the way, my producer, Megan Reeder, just flagged me that they now have hour delays in Atlanta due to air traffic management issues. So this is what we've been warned about for some time. The FAA did issue a statement saying we have experienced a slight increase in sick leave at 2 facilities. We are mitigating the impact by augmenting staffing, rerouting traffic, and increasing spacing between aircraft when needed. The flight attendants union, they didn't wait long before saying this is exactly what the AFA, that's the Association of Flight Attendants, and other aviation unions have been warning would happen. One other note regarding the shutdown, the impact on the airline. Delta Airlines telling me this morning that it is delaying the start of service for its newest airplane, the Airbus A220. It was supposed to start flying next Thursday. They are delaying that. Why? Because the FAA has furloughed workers who cannot sign off on the paperwork so the plane can go into service. Take a look at shares of the airline stocks today. For the most part, there hasn't been a huge reaction in regards to the delays in the ground stock, Kelly. But this is what people have been warning about. We talked with Govt Parker yesterday. We heard from Gary Kelly. Everybody in the industry has said it is stressed and it's close to the breaking point.
Yeah, and this is just with a slight increase in those workers calling out sick. Phil, for now, thank you, Philip Bowe, joining us in Chicago. We want to talk more about this in our opening exchange. Joining me now, former New Mexico governor and UN ambassador Bill Richardson. Also, CNBC contributor Michelle Caruso-Cabrera here with me. Welcome to you both. Michelle, let me just begin with you. By the way, you made it back from Davos, so no issues with the plane. Yes, yeah. Bill, I think, is actually stuck in D.C. Is that right? Because of this, you wanted to get to New Mexico, but you're not. You couldn't get out, right?
That's right. I couldn't. So I'm staying here, do your show, and then I'm going to New Mexico, Denver.
We appreciate that. A lot to talk about. Michelle, just in terms of the shutdown and the negotiating process right now. Again, if we go back to getting this open for a couple of weeks on a temporary basis, if there was ever a time to take a 35-day shutdown and say at least we got something out of it, shouldn't that something be a win for Republicans on some kind of border security and a win for Democrats on the issue of Dreamers and everybody's happy? No one seems very happy right now.
Instead of just kicking the can to some point in the future. I think taking a step to actually get at least a temporary solution is a very good first step, because then you have time to try to figure something out, and maybe a precursor to both sides realizing that it had gotten to the point where it's problematic for everyone
posting our pictures in there.
What's that?
In the trade room, they keep posting our pictures in there.
No, that's for the live video.
Yeah.
Bill, do you agree with that? And what happens?
Okay, so let's
workers
see
now
now.
have dealt with, I think, 3 or 4 shutdowns.
I think
over the
I'm
past
live
year.
now.
Now realizing
Yep, we're live.
this could be like rolling blackouts. It just keeps happening because of the way.
Alrighty, there we go, guys. I'm live now. Let's put that down a little bit. And let's see if we can make some day trades here today, guys.
What's that?
Reuters now saying the White House says that President Trump to make a statement on the government shutdown at 1:30 p.m.
1:30 p.m. guys, they just announced 1:30 p.m. Trump is making an announcement about the government shutdown. So guys, this is important. 1:30. Be prepared. I would have orders ready for E-Trade, TD Ameritrade. 1:30 p.m. And if you want to announce that in there in the trade room, 1:30 p.m. It's a new announcement time. Alrighty guys, so ExxonMobil inventories came out, that's holding. Let's see Facebook here. Let's do a quick recap, see where stocks are at now. So Facebook's climbing again here pretty rapidly, up 2.43%. Amazon, this morning I said I felt that could get up to 1,700. It did not, so that's still pretty flat there. So that's for the shutdown. Let's see here. What else can we look at? Guys, do you have anything you want to take a look at? PBR, that Brazilian Petrobras, that's still climbing. Let's see, on 65. Diamond ETF. Let's take a look at the Dow.
He's planning to go private, that's why. You're gonna sell like half of it.
They need to do that. Alright, so let's see. Diamond ETF. Let's look at the 6 month. That looks beautiful right there. Guys, and that's the other thing too. We're going to take a listen, see exactly what he says, the details on this government shutdown. Depending on what he says, guys, that's going to tell us whether if it's a good idea to go for some swing trades or just stick with some day trading today. But we're going to clear up and get some more details once we hear it at 1:30. About another 19 minutes until we hear what's going on. Until then, guys, be prepared, be ready. I need to go clean my glasses here. Do I have any alcohol, rubbing alcohol here?
In the kitchen.
I think I have the wipes in the bathroom, the alcohol wipes here too. I don't. No. Guys, this is my luck. I just went to clean my glasses, and my brand new glasses that I just got. You guys remember the sunglasses? They were garbage too. Now these just broke. These are my glasses I just got. They're broken. Look at that.
Holy shit.
That's my luck, guys. Now I do have sunglasses, so you guys are gonna ask why I'm wearing these. These are prescription sunglasses. These are my second pair of these I'm getting. So I'm gonna have to use these because otherwise I can't see. With these, at least I could see, guys. So sorry to have to wear the sunglasses, but as you can see, my glasses broke. $1:30, he's coming on. Let's see what he has to say. Till then, I'm gonna take a quick little break here. Look for some good setups, Ed.
Aquestive Therapeutics here has been granted temporary restraining order against ALVOGN, that's Alvogen. AQST is the ticker, AQST. President Trump is going to give an announcement here in the Rose Garden in about 15 minutes here.
Only 1 in 10 veterans use their valuable VA benefit. That's also good news that the change that. New Day's Operation Home. It lets veterans buy a home with no down payment and without paying $1 out of pocket for closing costs. No down payment and not $1 out of pocket for closing costs. Why renters will buy?
Who was on the grill? You were on it last night. You forgot to shut it off. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I just shut it off now. I come out here. It smelled like gas. This was just done.
Welcome back to our Waste Management. We also have a busy week for all on deck. Major earnings this week. Apple, Amazon, and Facebook are headed our way. And the Fed is moving next Tuesday to Wednesday, even with the recent line of economic data. So local Fed Chair Jerome Powell say let's bring in investment director of CMO Research. She's here with me on set. Nancy Taylor, Chief Executive Director of Taylor Wealth Management. Great to see both of you, and welcome. So, so far, revenue is definitely better than profits, right? Right.
Virginia.
Got over 6% on the revenue line, top line. Bottom line, we're seeing EPS growth of 12.5%. Oh, both are beating at historical rate. So 70% on the bottom line, while it's about 55% on the top line. And the prior quarters have had an error, so we've seen a higher beat rate. So maybe we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown here. And you can see a lot of these stocks really off of mediocre reports and even cut the guide. So what next week we get obviously the biggest cap in the game. Are they guide numbers? You know, I think now the stuff not going to the other side. Obviously holding out the S&P 500. So those
That really sucks about the glasses, guys. Like I said. Oh, here's my other pair right here. I could put these on. These ones are filthy though too. I have to go clean these. Alrighty guys, so 1:30, we still have about 12 minutes.
U.S. Capitol to discuss next steps on ending shutdown.
that's the question that every portfolio manager wrestles with. For example, I would not have been a buyer of IBM pre-earnings. We've got a lot of information, a lot more clarity on earnings, and so now we're actually taking a look at do we want to go back in. But in terms of some of the dividend stocks, that this is the right strategy. So take exponential.
Facebook's still on the rise, guys. As we can see, it's getting up to resistance is around 149.70. So see what happens there. They're going to be speaking soon here. See if we can get into some quick day trades. put my drink? I just brought it in. Are you hungry?
Just a little bit.
U.S. congressional leaders, Trump reached tentative deal to temporarily reopen government without wall funds, that according to the Washington Post. President Trump will not announce emergency declaration today, that according to Fox. How I open another screen like this on here?
Another chart?
Yeah. I had before, but I think it's because their computer is not set
Tools.
up.
Chart. Like that.
Alright, cool.
Now this is in the background, so just move that down here for now. So there you go.
Yeah,
Now
that's
just,
fine.
you know, just make that a little bit smaller so it doesn't inlay and stuff.
Sure.
I would usually have two. I would have the balance,
my
the
house-
watch list, and then two if you have one screen.
Yeah, in my house I have two. I have the watch list in my computer, and I have the.
It's really great, you know, like when you set things up the right way, because the problem is there's so many people that, you know, they have no idea how to set up their configuration, how to, you know, utilize their screens. You know, so I should do a separate video just on, hey, how to set up your trade account, put your charts, what indicators and tools to use.
It's kind of difficult because everybody uses different platforms, you know.
On
We
CORT,
use
Charlie
each
Oscar
other.
Romeo Tango, $12.36, down 10.5%. Senior House Democratic aide says any U.S. House vote on Friday would depend on whether the funding bill was clean.
Guys, so like I said, it sounds like they made an agreement. They're determining the details of it. They're going to be coming up in around 7 to 8 minutes, and we'll see if we get any trade opportunities from that. I should have taken the profits before when I had these trades, when I was up to 2,500, but like I said, it's the first day using all this and utilizing all this, guys, so I need a couple of days to get used to the video recording and all that stuff. So once we do, there we go, there goes the cues now. All right, he must be on now. Here he is, guys. The markets are climbing. Here we go.
Meanwhile, Mr. Kramer is here.
Wow, look at the breakout here, guys. Here we go. The cues, the markets are climbing. Dow's breaking out. Let's see what the Diamond's doing here. All right, so Diamond, let's go today. 1 minute.
And did ask him about the government shutdown. Take a look.
If, as of November of last year, you had a direct deposit, which was the most recent information we had, we automatically started to waive overdraft fees. We then reached out to customers to say, look, if you're...
Here we go, guys. 165.50. Alrighty, guys. So just to recap, right now we're in the Facebook February 15th 155 strike calls. We're in the Qs. We're in the January 25th 165.50 calls. V The Visa 139 call February 1st. Those are our trades. We're up significantly. Market's now taking off. Here comes the market crossover. We just had the on the Qs. We just had the 10-day cross above the 20-day here. 2 candles. The bodies are breaking above the previous candles, guys. This is what's extremely important here. Okay, so watch this now, guys. This is usually a sign of momentum. So watch this now. We're going to see the continued climb here in the markets. I'm already in my positions like I told you guys before. We shared it. We're in the green. We're making profits right now, guys. And here's the market taking off. The announcement was just on. They made it an agreement for the government shutdown. So we're finding out the details. The devil's going to be in the details of this. So, you know, if they both come to amicable terms here and they both like it, we could see the markets run much higher here. If there's a struggle on one side and the one side's pissed off at the other, then obviously we're going to stall and the markets are going to, you know, be flat, maybe drop a little bit here. So let's see what's going on, guys. Right now, let's just watch these candles. Let's watch these charts here. If you guys need, I'm in the trade room right now. I'm watching the charts, as you guys can see here. I'm in the trade room as well, so if you need me in the trade room or on the YouTube video here, guys, I have my cell phone right here. If you guys comment on the YouTube super chat, I could see right here. Alrighty, guys, so let's see what happens now. The 20 SMA is coming up to the 50 SMA. We should see that in a few minutes here on, we're looking at the QQQ today 1-minute chart. Okay, so this is a 1-minute chart for today. We're watching the candles here. We're using the 10, 20, 50-day SMAs here. I always have the red as the 50-day SMA. The aqua blue, that's the 20-day SMA. And the yellow is the 10-day SMA. I could change the theme here and make this a dark background. And there we go. Now you can see that maybe a little bit better here. So now what we're seeing here, here's the cluster the SMAs getting together here. This is usually a sign that a larger move is going to happen. So we're still waiting, I guess. We have 3 minutes until President Trump comes on. But this is big news. Government shutdown is ending.
Senate Republican McConnell seeking to pass 3-week funding bill on Friday.
3-week funding bill, guys. That's the details. Watch what's going on.
You were brutal because that's the way it worked. Because you failed to supervise, and I brought that up. He talks about some of the mistakes he did, but Elizabeth Warren wants him fired.
And Elizabeth Warren also wants a wealth tax. You know, over $50 million certain amount. We're going to talk, a little bit more about this later on.
That's good. Look, David Faber said, hey, listen, that is a lot of money. But I want to point out, the thing that is interesting about Elizabeth Warren is the personal intimacy. There's a big personal slump. Now, I think she would say it isn't really personal, but when you say, listen, I want you fired, I think other than the president who had a TV show dedicated to that proposition, I do think that she is gunning for him. So that's why I asked him, at what point is he a liability to the fact? Because if you have someone running for president, and all she says, listen, I got to tell you, the first thing I do if I'm elected is I fire Sloan. He said, look, if it becomes a point to the board.
And how much depends on these appearances on Capitol Hill. If they say one thing, if this doesn't go right, if they don't answer a question, they're going to be, look what happened to his predecessor. They're going to be out.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so you have to understand that even though they put in new people on the board, and they've got a lot of new people.
Benzine market update. S&P futures up 33.75, Dow futures up 262, Nasdaq up 126, crude is up 52 cents at 53.65, gold is up.
All right, guys, here we go again. Qs are rising, guys. We have the markets climbing. When the SMAs get together here, this is really important. Like I said, we're still waiting for the announcement. We got about 2 minutes left here. Let me go grab my drink. I forgot it over here quick. Everything's looking great here, guys. I'm not making large trades, though.
And it was almost like a breath of fresh air. It was kind of like, you want to talk about the stock? Right. Then it's an opportunity. And I said, well, it is bad money for heaven's sake. So you have to give, there's no give without a get. We talk about the things that do good community, but of course I have to talk about Maxine Waters and Elizabeth Warren.
I mean, does it end up with Maxine? Because they were going to know.
Alrighty, guys, so like I said, I'm not making large trades just because this is new, the camera system, and me doing this with you guys. So bear with me, and we'll be good to go.
Yield curve, and because worried about a recession, and because they have such low multiples, I think that when after they're finished bashing, and I can give you the script of how to bash it.
Now, guys, look at this. So we're teaching live as we're going. See the market breaking here? Ed, could you turn that on again? The box. Hit the button on the box, quick. Yep, just hit that. All right, that's good. All right, you good set? Did it turn blue, that box?
Congressional leaders Trump agreed to advance 3 weeks.
This is my life, you know. Something always happens when, you know. You can't be patient with this, Ed. No, you can't. You can't be patient when you're dealing with money. When stuff like this should not go wrong. Absolutely not. No, there's no excuse for that. All right, so get the DirecTV remote in the other room there, will you? In the other room. No, the other room. DirecTV remote, the white one. Alrighty, guys. So as you can see here, though, what I wanted to talk about. See how we had the crossover? Once we had that crossover, look at all the candles as of right now are holding above that yellow 10-day SMA. That's really important. That's the start of the breakout momentum. Thank you. All right, guys, so here they are right now. I'll let you guys, I'll put up the volume here so you can listen, but just know we're watching the charts. There's a lot going on right now, guys. So this is my first day, like I said, doing it live on the camera with you guys, but transparency, you can't get better than this. We're in the Qs right now as a day trade, and it's making us a nice profit right now. We're in the 165.50 strike calls. So President's coming on now, if you guys could see. This is time to pay attention, be disciplined, patient, follow instruction. I'm getting the trades ready. I am already in those trades, like I said. The QQQ, the Visa, and the Facebook. So I'm going to wait for my signals and sell at the right opportunity.
Congressional aide says deal includes arrangements for negotiations on border security.
The deal includes part of Trump's border security. So he's getting funding for his wall. This is big news, guys. Let's see how the markets are going to react to this news.
Potential border wall funding. Remember yesterday when 2 separate bills were brought to the floor of the
All right, I'm watching the Qs here. We're also watching the diamond. The diamond's also breaking out here. The converging of SMAs are coming up right here.
Aide says House could pass measure as soon as Friday if Republicans agree to hold votes.
So there was actually more support in the Senate for the route that did not include border walls.
So they're saying they could end the shutdown today if they get the voting, guys. So let's see what's going on here.
Although, as we learned covering this administration, it's really anyone's guess as to what any final deal would consist of.
We're waiting for President Trump to come up. Once he starts speaking, you'll kind of get his tone of voice, how he's thinking and reacting to this. And then you're going to see how the markets are going to react to it live here. So this is really important. This is our first day doing live video, guys. So like I said, you know, we're not used to this yet. So once I get, you know, prepared and trained in doing these live videos and make a routine for myself, it'll get better. But for right now, today's our first day doing these live videos. And we're in the trades. We already locked in some nice gains and some day trades earlier this morning. Closed the swing trade I held overnight for some nice profits. And now we have 3
shares dropping again here. 1131 now down 17.5% following that negative surf report. Charlie Oscar Romeo Tango.
But that's the indication I'm getting from here at the White House about what the president might be prepared to announce here. We'll wait and see what the exact terms are as the president announces them. I'm told that this has been a very fluid situation throughout.
Yeah, this is going to be important, guys. Whatever Trump says here, if it sounds great and it's great news for the country, for Democrats and Republicans, we could see the markets climb another 100, 200 points. But if it's not, you know, if it's that kind of demeanor where it's, you know, him against the Republicans, you know, it's not going to fare well for the markets. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Again, we got our charts up. We're watching the Qs. We're watching the diamond. We're watching Facebook, Visa, and the Qs here.
The official details here from
Anything about the new wall money here?
Netflix is about to cross over
One administration
the 20 SMA. to
Netflix is. Let's take a quick look then at Netflix.
for a new wall.
20 SMA.
I think Netflix is a great long opportunity. Yes, whoever talked about Netflix, that following our TSC trade plan, Santarelli Trading Exchange, that is a nice opportunity right here on Netflix for a day trade. Here's the crossover on Netflix. We have the 20 crossing over the 50, the SMAs. The blue is the 20-day SMA. The red is the 50-day SMA. So the blue's crossing above that now. That's our entry on a green candle. We have to have a green candle, and those candles have to be above both the 10 yellow SMA, the 50 red SMA, and the 20 blue SMA. And that's part of our trade plan. We get a green candle, that's our confirmation, that's our entry on that trade. So as you can see, like for right now, for example, it's a failed entry because you had a red candle below that 10-day yellow SMA. So that's a failed candle, that's not an entry. So now what you're waiting for with an entry is the next green candle, a full body green candle above the 10-day, 20-day, 50-day SMA. That comes up before Trump speaks. I'll let you guys know. If not, we're going to go back to the cues on this chart.
I think the administration fears two things. One, that they would be criticized from the right for surrendering, because most people know that if he tried to declare a national emergency, it would likely be held up in the courts. And the second is there are some Republicans who've said that that's a dangerous constitutional precedent.
The government shutdown is going to be huge, guys. We end this government shutdown. That's going to be really great news for the markets, I'm telling you. So let's see what's going on here. We got to see his tone of voice, though. I'm telling you. I got on this computer right here, I have the trades ready to be executed at any moment that I feel uncomfortable in the market. So that's really important to make sure that you're ready, prepared, and ready to go should anything go wrong.
Lining up for any money for a new wall. What she said was we're not going to govern by campaign slogan. And I asked how the president could accept that, given the fact that he said he could only take a deal with the wall. Right. She said, don't worry about him. He'll claim victory no matter what. She gestured to the table.
See, what's nice is the cues. If you're looking at today 1 minute chart, we had that breakout right here. We had that breakout at 1323, which is 1:23 p.m. We had that large candle there. We kind of just traded sideways.
Or Short Technologies getting a pop to the high, $12.46. Oscar seeing the uniform Romeo.
Some kind of compromise that they might have struck.
What was it? Oscar, what uniform Romeo?
3 weeks, right? Because
I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
Alright guys, so again, back to the cues here. If you see, we kind of traded sideways for a little bit. We got down to that 10 SMA, and then we're still trading sideways. We just got down to that blue 20 SMA. Let's see what happens here. Still waiting for Trump. So we're going to see if the 20 is going to act as that support on this breakout momentum.
Waiting for the official announcement from the president, see what's in black and white.
Yeah, Kelly, remember one.
You still didn't get your entry if you're day trading this yet, though. I had this from earlier before, which I should have exited, but I had some stuff going on here. But still, this is big news right here. This is market moving news. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, guys, with trading, it's important that you're ready, you're detailed, and your mind is clear. You know, my first few years of trading, you know, you got a lot of things on your mind. You're not focused. You're doing many things. You have to be mentally prepared just for the markets, charts, and news.
Now, and of course, first couple weeks were at the end of last year. We know it's hurting first quarter GDP, not in a business cycle sense, but just kind of in a...
Now see how we came down to the 20 SMA here? Let's see if we get a bounce there. If we get a bounce there, that's confirmed breakout momentum.
Some of those paychecks now go out. That'll offset a little bit of the hit, but it also extends this out now.
Look at that candle we just got there, guys. Look at that candle. Let's see what's happening here. 139. It just had a nice break. It pulled back a little bit here, but that's good because you know what? That's algos. You know, you have these algorithms that buy at certain areas, and you know, you can take advantage of those when you know their patterns.
Kelly, I think Michelle is right in an important sense. That is, if they get a 3-week deal to reopen the government, they are not shutting it down again in 3 weeks. Mitch McConnell and the
Yeah, that's what they said too. So we're getting funding for 3 weeks, you know, but there's no way we're going to end the shutdown now for 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks from now we're going to have another government shutdown. Yeah, there's no way they're going to let that happen. So if this is the end of the shutdown now, I'm confident that this is going to be the end of the shutdown for good. There we go, guys. We had the bounce off the 20 SMA here. We had the next green candle that's following our Santarelli trading exchange trade plan. A green candle here on the close. That's confirmed breakout momentum. I'm already in the trade, and if I refresh,
We got a signal on the Netflix as well.
Netflix signal is there as well, they're saying. Let's take a look at the Netflix. QQQ, guys, it's breaking out. Let's take a look at Netflix. This is good because once Trump comes on and he starts speaking, guys, we're going to see some large, quick moves. It's going to see volatility because it's Friday. It's Options Expo Day. Be prepared, guys. You're going to see some large moves here in a few minutes once Trump gets on. So be prepared to make some money off of this news. Let's see, guys. So here we go. We got the confirmed. Here's Netflix, guys. There you go. You had the 20 crossover, the 50. And now you're in confirmed breakout momentum following the Santarelli Trading Exchange trade plan that all of our members get upon sign up. All right, guys, so now we're just waiting for Trump. Once Trump starts speaking, that's going to tell us if we're going to keep breaking out and continue making profits, or if by his demeanor and, you know, if he gets his...
BA, Bravo Alpha, Boeing delivers first two
Boeing.
KC-468 Pegasus tankers to U.S. Air Force. That's Bravo Alpha.
Boeing's a great stock. I'd love to trade.
Says Trump approval rating is 37%.
Trump's approval rating is 37%.
That's from Washington Post ABC poll.
Alrighty, guys, so back to it. You know, if his demeanor's bad, like if he still has that, you know, mean bully guy, mean demeanor, you know, it's not going to take well with the markets. But I'm confident in this. I feel good. I like the signs here that we're getting on the charts. Everything's looking good. We have our trades ready to go here. They're already executed. I'm just repeating myself constantly because I see there's new people coming in, and of course they're going to be asking the same questions everyone else asks me, so might as well just be in repeat mode.
Learn more at VikingRiverCruises.com.
So right now it's just basically patience and discipline. You're waiting for that Trump announcement and seeing how the markets react to it. Once we get that initial either breakout, breakdown, once Trump starts speaking, that's going to be our signal to start making some day trades. So we'll see. Like I said, we have the trade plan for TSC, so it's very simple to follow the trade plan and make these entries based on what he's going to say here in a minute.
Get yours at ring.com.
Ed, you want to order some Five Guys? What are you in the mood for lunch today?
I don't know.
I don't like how my hair looks on here. Alrighty, guys, here we go.
We are awaiting a news conference from the president any moment now. It was expected to be...
All right, guys, look at that. Look at the Netflix here. Netflix. Break it out here. 337.55. That's following our trade plan. Really looking great there. Let's look at the Qs. The Qs is in breakout momentum. We're holding above all the SMAs. The bodies are holding above. That's looking great. Everything is looking great for our calls. Like I said, now we're just waiting on Trump. If his demeanor is great and he's really wants to end this government shutdown, the markets are going to take that well, and we should see continued rally towards the end of the day. If not, you know, you're going to see the markets flip-flop quick and start heading south. So that's what we're going to be waiting for, watching for, and trading off of. And like I said, guys, it's as simple as I have a simple trade plan that I've developed. Well, it's simple to me. You know, it would take you a little bit to get used to. Here we go, guys. Markets are breaking out again here.
Republican aides that I've been in contact with throughout the day today, they'll talk about what they thought people were going into conversations with the White House discussing, and that is this 3-week stopgap funding for the government to keep it open on a short-term basis while they continue debating funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
Markets are continuing to rise.
What exactly will come out of the president's mouth when he steps up to make this announcement?
at any moment now, because of course he is known to change his mind frequently, and anything can happen in private conversations.
See how the news is saying, oh, he's known to change his mind. Maybe he's not going to make the announcement, because at first the announcement was supposed to be at 1, then 1:30. Now it's 1:45. Still no one. So the news is trying to manipulate your mind, saying, hey, maybe he didn't make a deal, or maybe he changed his mind. You know, and that little bit of worry on CNBC, since CNBC has a large audience, that is reflected in the candles that you see. So if they paint the picture as a dark and gloomy picture, you're going to see the market follow that because of what the news is portraying. But as we're listening to the news, we know what's really going on in the economy, in the world, and we can trade off of that.
Back here until noon on Monday, but it's unclear how much notice she at this point is obligated or would want to be giving members of the House before voting on this. But members of the Senate earlier today told our producer Karen James.
And guys, Mr. Artico is back from Brazil. He was the one I was training before he left for Brazil. He's back now. He's going to be trading now full time. He wants to. You want to learn how to trade full time, right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to continue to teach him. Yeah, I think even. I don't know if you. Do you have another job?
No, I'm unemployed right now.
He's unemployed right now.
I'm a realtor here in Orlando.
He's a realtor here in Orlando, but you know he's not selling houses. It's a tough market down here, so he quit Ubering or something. Well, his car. He got in an accident with his car, so he has to get a new car now, and you know, so he wants to trade full time. So we're gonna help Mr. Artico here. And hopefully he does well. Here's the Qs breaking out again, guys. Once Trump comes on, I think we should see a nice rally here, if he's positive. I'm getting worried, though, because it is almost 2 o'clock now, and he's still not up here. He's supposed to be up here about an hour ago.
See what they come out and say at the microphones, and that will, determine what the House does after that. The track that we appear
again, guys, Trump is making his announcement. It was supposed to be at 1, and it's now almost 2, and he's still not here. Markets are still breaking out, guys. We're in a day trade right now. We're in 3 trades. They're doing pretty nice.
Netflix looks great too.
Move some money around, but I think the money that the
Netflix they're talking about. Let's take a look at Netflix. NFLX. Netflix is looking great, guys. And here's their system, guys. Our system, our trade plan at Santarelli Trading Exchange, it's very simple. We're using the crossover of the SMAs, and we have a simple breakout momentum strategy that we teach to our members. And as you can see, when the stock's trading above, when you see these candles trading above that yellow 10-day SMA, those are the types of momentum trades, or momentum moves, I should say, that we capture with our trade plan.
Dam break report earlier.
There's something going on with a dam break, too, he keeps talking about. Not sure exactly where that is, what happened, but I'm going to have to check that out later. Some type of dam break. Alright, back to the Qs. Qs are continuing to break out, guys. We're in continued breakout momentum right now.
Look at this big candle.
Oh, yeah. Account keeps going higher, 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 higher. Alrighty, guys. As you guys know, I'm going to continue to grow this account, this small account that we started with. You know, it's now at 47,000. We're going to continue growing this throughout the year. And we'll show you guys how you continue to grow a small account.
The time we thought we'd get this announced, and frankly, at first I thought it might be top of the hour.
Yeah, that puts the fluid situation, right, Kelly? So
shares of dormant products, Delta Oscar Romeo Michael, DORM dormant products dropping here on small amount of volume, 90.50 the low on Delta Oscar Romeo Michael.
The past couple of minutes here, told by an administration official that there will be funds.
Where is Trump?
To be spent on new wall. So we'll wait for the details on how they're finessing that exactly. Could be spent on new wall is the way those funds are being described in this deal. Maybe the Democrats won't necessarily agree with the White House's read on that, and we'll wait for their reaction as well.
That conditional, is that the conditional tense? It could. So first they were saying there will be money in the CR for the new wall. Now they're saying funds could be spent.
Will be money that could be spent on new wall, right? So there's a lot of semantic games being played in this debate. You know, what's new wall versus what's old wall, what's existing money versus what's new money, what's being repurposed from other agencies.
See how the candles are coming down on that 10-day SMA and then they're continuing to break out. That's breakout momentum.
AAPL, Apple hitting new high.
Apple hitting new highs.
763 up 3.25% now.
AAPL, let's take a look. It's in the book. Here we go, guys. Look at that breakout. So here, following our trade plan, guys, it's as simple as this. Here was the buy signal with our Santarelli Exchange trade plan. Right here, this is the exact candle. The candle at 1326. That was the entry with the Santarelli Exchange trade plan. The candle at 1326, which is 126. So you got in at 126. You see that, Ed? Mm-hmm. You see that was our entry, and there she is. And there's still no sell signal yet on that. Now let's go back to our trade. Let's take a look at Facebook here. Facebook's doing incredibly well, guys. We're getting that crossover, the 50 and the 20 right here coming up. Let's take a look at the Qs here. Qs are holding that 10-day. Just came down the previous candle at 150. Just came down to that 10-day SMA. And the next candle here, we're seeing green continuing to rise. This is continued breakout momentum. And we're still waiting on Trump. So once Trump comes, I'm expecting these candles here to grow larger and expecting a larger move fairly quick. Like I said, it all depends on his demeanor, how he's acting.
Overstock. $19.22 now, 21.5%.
Hitting new highs, 21.5%.
Kilo.
OSTK. Hold on, we're gonna take a look at that. But back to this quick, guys. What was I saying? Yeah, guys. When Trump talked, what was I gonna say, Ed?
Just try to move the screen for the QQQ a little further, because my screen looks different.
What's that?
The QQQ looks a little different. The 10 SMA already crossed the 50 and the 20.
Look here?
Yeah, look here. Look mine.
No, yours is
You see the blue? Is blue.
Are your SMAs the same?
It's a 50, 20, and 10.
Let me see if mine are different colors here. That's the 10, 20, 50. That's the 20. You got the wrong SMAs up there.
I gotta mix them up.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. So as you see here, here's the Qs zoomed in a little bit here. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let me zoom it in on here. Alrighty, guys. So now if you're looking at this here, this range from right here, this is breakout momentum, and here's your entry, here's your signals. This right here, this frame, that's breakout momentum, and you're still in this trade following the TSE trade plan. And you're just watching your account. Rise, rise, rise. Down a little bit from before now. Only up 250 now.
That's 1-800-319-9951.
Waiting on Trump, guys. This is the big thing. I wonder where he is. Here's breaking news. Is he on?
Welcome back to the
He's still not up.
Waiting the president, who's expected to speak any moment about the government shutdown. Steve Grasso standing by. He's director of institutional sales with Stuart Frankel, a fast money trader. Steve, we wanted to go to you because we're getting reports that this will be a 3-week reopening and extension of the government.
A 3-week reopening of the government, guys.
Like that.
Those of you guys that are unemployed from the government shutdown, you're about to get your job and your money back, possibly. I think they...
BuzzFeed hoping to save itself by merging with another media company.
Guys, here's the Qs. Look at that. It came down to that 10-day SMA, and it's continuing to rise, and it's continued breakout momentum. Just want to see Trump on here soon to give the market enough time to continue to rise for the rest of the day so we can make some more day trades here and some profitable trades. So just waiting on that, guys. Once we see that, we'll be set and ready to go. So just waiting on Trump. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the super chat.
You know, I think
administration is nervous about the perception.
Oh,
because
that's
they're
great.
coming across as if they don't care about the federal government workers. They're not receiving paychecks. Not everyone can live, going on 30, 40 days without a paycheck. So I think they're trying to avoid the callous nature that they're coming across. And yesterday when we heard Wilbur Ross say that they could just, off the cuff take out a loan, it comes across a little callous. So I think they're trying to avoid that stance.
And let them eat cake is kind of how it sounded.
The Marines put out pictures making the rounds. We also spoke with Jim Cramer a little while ago, and Steve, he spoke with the CEO of Wells Fargo, who is among the banks now, including J.P. Morgan, that's going to be waiving overdraft fees, waiving some fees on loans. Trying to get a little bit of help out there for these government workers. So I think that moment yesterday you're referring to is also prompting, the financial system to step up and say, yes, we can help out as well.
Right, and this market is taking its lead today from worried about, or less worried, I should say, about quantitative tightening. This market is taking its lead from the PBOC doing more stimulative measures for the banks. So this is sort of the cherry on top, if you will. If we get something that leads to a bigger conversation, the market's going to love that. Yeah. But ultimately, this is about the Fed, and this is about China trade. And this, as long as DC doesn't continue to screw it up, the markets will go sideways to higher, is my opinion.
Steve, what would be, from the market's point of view, the best possible announcement from the president? Forgetting what, the reality here, what would they like him to say? What would be the kind of thing that they say, great, we're off to the races?
If there's an agreement on this border wall where he accepts less than over $5 billion, where the Democrats step up and say, okay, it is security measures, we can all agree upon $2 or $3 billion for that, and they grab money from somewhere else and fix the border wall issue from there, the market, I think, would love to hear that agreement.
Michelle, you agree on that? I mean, there are the contours here of a win-win despite the lose-lose of the last 35 days.
Yeah, I agree with what Steve said. That would be the ideal. I'm not sure that's what's going to happen from the president. But I take a bigger point, which I think is more important. What's been driving the markets? Monetary policy. What's the Fed been doing? And I think there's also wind in the back of the markets when the ECB has said, wow, all these concerns...
Guys, we're still waiting on Trump here.
Etc. Maybe they're not going to be as tight as they originally planned, right? So that's another central bank in the world maybe taking their foot off the pedal when it comes to tightening, and that's going to help the market. Like Stefani said off the top of the hour, central banks back to the rescue here. Yeah. Maybe a little wonky.
Qs are still holding in breakout momentum, coming down to that 20-day, and hopefully continuing to rise here. We need Trump to get on, though, guys. The markets are waiting for that.
Quantitative tightening on the balance sheet reduction. And now, when we're all focused on it, if there's going to be flexibility and that $50 billion coming off per month is a higher end of that range that they're talking about. If they're going to come off of that, that is tremendous for the overall market. But the truth is, can it be that easy again, Kelly and Michelle?
It's been that way for 10 years.
Yes, but last year was the year that showed us that everything we expected to happen didn't happen. So now when you have this concerted effort of all central banks easing, can it be that easy just to rush into all risk assets again? I don't know.
No, well, Eamon Jeffers is still standing by. Eamon, we're now an hour past when we first thought we might hear from the president. We just keep staring at this podium, and even though you guys have reported on what you're hearing from administration officials, is something moving right now? Why haven't we seen him yet?
Trying to polish up the script in terms of all this nuance here of the moving pieces, and the president's going to want to have a good look at what it is they're putting on the teleprompter before he says it. Want to also bring you some additional information from an administration.
See how they make him out to be an idiot? They're like, oh, he's got to view the teleprompter more because he needs to know what he's talking about. Like, see how they portray the guy? Like, that's unnecessary.
Would be the deal. So that's, I guess, 3+ weeks. I don't have my calendar right in front of me, but that's the date I'm being given right now. Again, they could be changing all
WBA, Walgreens Foods, Whiskey Bravo Alpha,
WBA.
quarterly dividend by 10% to 44 cents.
And we have to look at overstock from before. OSTK. Wow, that was a nice move on Overstock here. Let's look at today's chart here. On Overstock, look at Overstock. You got your confirmed buy at the 1339, 139 candle. That's your confirmed buy with our TSC trade plan. Is that right, Ed?
Yeah.
That's right. There's your confirmed buy. That candle at 1339, and you're still in that trade if you have the TSC trade plan. Like I said, guys, these are things that we will be catching and talking about and trading off of. Just now, it's new with the cameras and all the angles and everything. Still getting used to this. It's our first day, so amazing things are about to come. So Overstock, that's looking great here on the 1 minute today chart. Look at the 6 month daily. Oh, guys, we're getting a nice cross here on Overstock. That's going to be one that we want to keep an eye on. OSTK. So if we look at that, I already have the resistance from last time. Our resistance is going to be right around $25 a share. So we still have another about 20% move in that. So 1925 times that by 1.25, that would bring us up. So that's even more. So 19.25 times 0.35%. So we still have about a 30 to 35% move higher on Overstock to get to our next resistance. So that's something now that I put on my watch list, and I'll put on my watch list up here. OSTK. So that's up 21% today, up $3. Okay, so Overstock now, this is a chart that I like, okay? We just had a major bottom here, and this is how our trade plan is so great that we could actually find possibly the bottoms of some of these charts here. So as you can see on Overstock right here, let me zoom in a bit for you. So as you can see here on Overstock, we had a base form right here. This is the base support here. And this formed right at about $13 a share. So $13 a share is our base support. So if you were an option seller, then you could sell some options with the $13 strikes. Okay, so now we're momentum traders, so we're looking at buying calls or puts based on the momentum. So here we have breakout momentum. We have the crossover forming now. We have the candles. A candle for breakout momentum is the body above the previous day's body. Okay, so we have that. We have a body above the previous body. That's a great sign. That's a sign that momentum is here. It's just starting. We're getting our crossover. We had the base formation here of support. So those are great signals there. We had the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence crossover, back here, back on January 3rd or 4th. Okay, so we got a lot of great things now. So now what I do, I wrote that down. Now tonight, and this is why I work so hard and I'm always up so late, I'm going to look at Overstock. I'm going to look and see if there's any news on it. You look here, I could go to my earnings calendar up here. Click on my earnings calendar, go to OSTK, and I can see when they have earnings. They have no earnings in January. February, nothing going on. So March 13th are their earnings. That's when they report their Q1 earnings, March 13th. So, you know, then I know Overstock, March 13th, earnings. Okay, so then I make like a little profile for this, and as I continue to go along, if I like this, I'll make a swing trade on this. Because when you have an opportunity like this, a stock like this, guys, and you have the opportunity to make a nice swing trade, that stock has a 25 to 35% rise to get to the next resistance area. You know, you're talking about a stock that just 6 months ago was $50 a share, is now only 19 bucks. You know, that's a big, I like stocks that chart setups that have that big opportunity there for moves. So like I said, to the next resistance area, and that's something we use. Support and resistance levels are extremely important with our trade plan when determining a trade and determining the possibility for the percent gain of what we're looking for on that trade. So it's important. As I talk to you guys, I'm forgetting about the trades that I'm in here. So let me get back to looking at the cues. So Overstock we're going to be looking at.
When you went into these conversations, and that is
Short-term bill to reopen the government for 3 to 4 weeks.
AWSM, Cool Holdings, Alpha Whiskey, Sandy Michael,
The Department of Homeland
popping to the
Security,
high on volume, coming in now $2.40 for AWSM.
Okay, so the White House, they're coming out. Here they come, guys. And you're seeing a break now. You're looking at the markets. Ed, look at the markets here. Look at the candles here.
57.69. That's Alpha Papa Lima.
I'm expecting Q's on this here, if this is good, to be above 165.75.
And open and healthy debate. Sometimes it is a very long debate, but that is at least what Republican aides believe the president went into those conversations.
Here we go. We're in breakout momentum again, guys.
All right, Kayla, thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Alrighty. Here comes Trump, guys. Markets are ready for a move here. We have the Q's moving higher.
Members, including Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, Secretary of State Pompeo. I saw Agriculture Secretary Perdue just a few moments ago. Kelly?
Yeah, we're watching the markets as well. The Dow is up more than 200 points. We're still off session highs. Bob Pisani is watching this as well. Bob, Brady, any sign of what kind of the markets are focused on here?
Yeah, I can tell you, there is, one of your questions is, there's not a specific news event other than this one happening here late in the day that moved the market, but in talking to traders, there's a lot of optimism about next week. Think about what's happening. First of all, when you see airports starting to have significant delays, traders down here, they said this is it. They're going to end this. They're not going to put up with another week of airport delays from their constituents screaming. So hope for a government shutdown. This is next week we're talking about. Number two, we've got a high-level delegation coming in from China. The vice premier coming in on Wednesday and Thursday. And for good reasons or not good reasons, the market believes some kind of deal can happen. Of course, it's very complex, and Wilbur Ross implied that, but the market believes something can happen. And finally, the Fed meeting, and everybody down here believes the Fed is going to be very quiet. So some reasons for optimism next week. Kelly?
Yeah, Bob, thank you. Bob Pisani, as you mentioned, Dow's at 210 points. John Harwood also standing by.
Come on, Trump.
John, on what this process is now going to look like.
Kelly, I just wanted to
So guys, it's looking good. Everyone's lining up here at the White House. You know, it's going to be one of those celebratory type of deals. So I'm expecting the markets continuing to break out here. Here's the cue, guys. The candles are heading higher.
Clean extension of funding. And remember, the clean extension of funding they talked about in December had 1.3.
We have nice gains for the day already today, guys. Beautiful gains. Today was our first day trading live on the camera. We have some nice gains locked in, and we have some day trades that are ending today that we're still watching and waiting for.
They will have a conference on the VHS spending bill, as Kayla alluded to.
I like using this, guys, like I said, for charting, and then I usually trade off of a laptop. That way it's quicker, you know, because sometimes this will slow down. There goes the candles again, guys. Here we go. There goes the Qs. There we go. We're in the green, guys. The Qs, we got the January 25th, 165.50 strike calls. We're in at 0.34. We're in at 34 cents a contract, guys. I got 100 contracts for $3,500. So we're in. We're live, guys. I'm going to post this picture in the trade room for members.
For new border wall money. I want to mention one other issue that's relevant to markets, and Steve Grasso mentioned it a few moments ago. I was very struck in this luncheon conversation with Nancy Pelosi how positive she was about the U.S.-Canada-Mexico trade deal. There's been a lot of speculation the Democrats would be...
All right, guys. Those of you that are TSE members, you can check the trade room now.
She praised Bob Lighthizer.
There's the trade. Okay, now we're managing that. That is our one-day trade we're in right now. So now it's just managing that. I'm going to have an order ready here to go. Close. Limit. We'll put in a limit because I'm expecting a nice breakout here, guys. If we get a nice breakout here, I can make a quick. So here, so I got it for 34 cents, I said, right? 34 cents a contract. So I have the 165.50. So my break even is strike price, which is 165.50 plus 34 cents. So my break even is 165.84. For me to make a 100% return, I only need the Qs at 166.18. So if the Qs get to 166.18, I make 100% return on this. And depending on the size of the candles here and the volatility, the extrinsic value, time value, could multiply this even more. So I could put in an order. I bought it for 34 cents. I could put in an order for $1. So that way, if it gets to 166.50, I bought it at, it's worth $1. I bought it for 0.34. That'd be 194% return. So right now, I'm deciding where I want to put my limit price in to sell it. I'm gonna wait on Trump, see how the market reacts to him, and then I'm gonna place my limit order to sell this day trade for a nice, hopefully a nice profit. We'll see how it goes.
All right, thank you very much, John. Let's bring in Brian Gardner to join the conversation. He's Senior Vice President.
Markets are in continued breakout momentum, guys, with our TSE Santarelli Trading Exchange trade plan.
President appears we may have to break into the conversation rather abruptly.
Let me see.
As the ground is moving beneath us here, Brian, what do you think caused the various sides to come together to lead us to where we are this afternoon at 2:10 p.m. Eastern?
Well, I think it's been a death by 1,000 cuts, so it's been the accumulation of government workers not getting paid, that impact on the economy. People are talking about the...
I'm going to send out a quick alert to members.
I would point out that these are at airports that are regularly suffering through delays, being LaGuardia, Newark, Atlanta.
Well, you can say that again.
Yeah, so I think people overdo the airport angle on this. Let me give you another alternative to that, Tyler, which is a Washington Post article out this morning, which had IRS workers not showing up and not taking calls going into tax season. And you want to get constituents and taxpayers riled up and angry, just have them sit on the phone when they're calling into the IRS as they're trying to get their tax questions answered, and no one's picking up the phone. I think that those are the type of events that resonate then back in Washington and really start to lead to this deal, more so than the airport issue.
I saw that too, Brian. They said 26,000 IRS workers were recalled, but that 14,000 of them couldn't be reached or were exempt because of hardship. So that's more than half of those workers who, at least the article makes it sound like, aren't on the job. And only a slight increase, as we understand it, in the air traffic controllers who called out led to this mess today.
Yeah, if you want to get a constituent riled up, having a problem with the IRS and their tax returns at the beginning of the year, boy, to me that is a recipe to really start, stirring.
All right, Hughes just came down that 50 SMA here.
The shutdown, that hits home real close.
And so that's a bipartisan thing.
Absolutely.
A taxpayer, myself included, I don't care if I can't get my refund. I'm kicked off at both sides.
Absolutely.
For it. So it's one thing that I think everybody could.
Remember, guys, trade small.
And one more thing that we haven't had yet, it hasn't occurred yet, but I think it was in the distance, is the possible shutdown of the court system, which was coming at February 1. I think that was on the horizon for people. The court system has continued to operate. We get to February 1 and the court system starts shutting down. You have complex litigations that would shut down. You have criminal trials that would shut down. I don't want to overstate what impact that had, but I do think people were starting to look out and seeing how the shutting down of the court system really impacts, one, at a symbolic level, the total dysfunction of government, and then two, the impact that it does have on people's lives and the economy more broadly.
Brian, though, if we're talking about at the outside from the reporting so far, opening this up for another month or so,
right.
Do you feel confident that we are not going to have another shutdown at that point?
I wouldn't make that prediction. Anybody that makes that prediction really doesn't know what the environment is like in Washington these days. It's totally unpredictable. Kelly, if we were having this conversation 2-3 years ago, let's go back.
Mexico's foreign minister says, spokesperson Velasco says U.S. will deport 20 asylum seekers to the Mexican territory on Friday, says will not accept unaccompanied minors and people with health problems.
And so I can't tell anybody with any confidence that there won't be another shutdown. I think it's a fool's errand to try and predict.
Come on, where is he?
John, that's the exact opposite of what you said not 15 minutes ago.
Right. I believe that if they reopen...
It's 2:45. You're supposed to talk at 1.
All the declining poll numbers for the president, for Republicans in Congress, I think people will remain open after that. I understand Brian's point, it is an unpredictable environment. We are in new territory as a country in terms of our politics. But, you know, Mitch McConnell once said, you know, there's no education in the second kick of a mule. He's gotten a second, a third, and a fourth kick from the mule with this shutdown. And I think that this is a point at which Republicans would not stick with the president on this subject. Remember, the Republicans controlled the Congress for 2 years, did not build the wall, even though the president had made this claim. Now he's upped his game. Nancy Pelosi has said no. Republicans have taken a brutal beating in public opinion. The president specifically, I don't think they're going back there.
Just to your point, and we understand the frustrations of the Republican congressmen, of course, but this isn't really about them, because to your point, they didn't do anything on it for the last couple of years. This is ultimately about the constituents.
I don't like that candle on the cues now that's turning red. Let's see if that ends red.
There is a group out there who feels very strongly
Trump needs to get his ass on TV here.
Representation hasn't delivered for them. Isn't that how we got to this point?
Yes, but this is really about a constituency of one person. This is about the president. The president has shown an ability to keep his base with him under adverse circumstances. So if he is willing to
look at the volume on today's cues for the 165 calls. Look at the volume.
On his right wing.
Look at the open interest here for the puts compared to the calls. That's insane. And look at the open interest on all the calls here for all these strikes compared to over there. You know?
It's
a huge difference.
Big difference, yeah.
We'll do it on our own. And whether that's by
here we go. It did not stay red. It turned green, and the next candle here is now green. That's great. That's continued breakout momentum. It's just, you know, it's stalling here. It's trading sideways here, just trading in a channel because it's waiting for Trump. We want the details of this government shutdown ending. Once we get the details of that government shutdown ending, then you're going to see the markets either take off or break down, depending on his demeanor, how he acts, what he says. So if he's positive about this shutdown, you know, ending, and he sounds good, happy, I would think the markets are going to climb. Again, I'm not a licensed broker or advisor, so I'm a trader, and we're trading together here. We did some great trades today. Yeah, Beth, he does like to shock people. Here he comes, guys. Here he is. Here he is, guys. Let's watch the market, guys. Here we go. We're in the cues. Market is breaking out here. Market is breaking out, guys. Here we go.
Proud to announce today that we have reached a deal.
He's proud to announce they've reached a deal. Here.
The federal government.
S&P futures ticking.
S&P futures running higher.
Very powerful alternative, but I didn't want to use it at this time. Hopefully it will be unnecessary. I want to thank all of the incredible federal workers and their amazing families who have shown such extraordinary devotion in the face of this recent hardship. You are fantastic people.
Market's dropping.
You are incredible patriots.
Wow.
Many of you have suffered far greater than anyone but your families would know or understand.
And now the
and not only did you not complain, but in many cases you encouraged me to keep going because you care so much about our country and about its border security. Again, I thank you. All Americans, I thank you. You are very, very special people. I am so proud that you are citizens of our country. When I say make America great again, it could never be done without you.
Trump says he will sign a bill to open the government.
In a short while, I will sign a bill to open our government for 3 weeks until February 15th. I will make sure that all employees receive their back pay very quickly.
Workers are getting their back pay, guys.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. That's good news for the markets.
I am
Let's see what the
asking
markets
Senate
do.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to put this proposal on the floor immediately. After 36
They're putting it on the
days
floor
of
immediately.
debate and
Arnold
dialogue,
to put proposal on
I
floor
have
immediately
seen and
That's quicker
heard
than you,
from
buddy.
in the Senate.
enough Democrats and Republicans that they are willing to put partisanship aside. I think. And put
Now
the
we're gonna hear what the
security
Democrats have to
of
say
the
to
American
this.
people first. I do believe they're going to do
Let me
it.
get another drink
They
quick.
have said they are for complete border security, and they have finally and fully acknowledged that having barriers, fencing, or walls, or whatever you want to call it, will be an important part of the solution. A bipartisan conference committee of House and Senate lawmakers and leaders will immediately begin
Trump says
reviewing the
bipartisan
requests of our
conference committee
Homeland
will
Security
begin reviewing border
experts,
security
and
requests.
experts they are, and also law enforcement professionals who have worked with us so closely. We want to thank Border Patrol, ICE, and all law enforcement. Been incredible. Based on operational guidance from the experts in the field, they will put together a Homeland Security package for me to shortly sign into law. Over the next 21 days, I expect that both Democrats and Republicans will operate in good faith. This is an opportunity for all parties to work together for the benefit of our whole beautiful, wonderful nation. If we make a fair deal, the American people will be proud of their government for proving that we can put country before party. We can show all Americans and people all around the world that both political parties are united when it comes to protecting our country and protecting our people.
Markets, in my opinion, guys,
Many
are just
disagree.
choppy right now because he's talking.
But I really
They
feel
never
that
know what
working
he's gonna
with
come, what's gonna come out of
Democrats
his
and
mouth.
Republicans,
Government shutdown ending is a
we can
great
make
thing.
a truly great and secure deal happen for everyone.
But yes, we are dropping here.
Walls should not be controversial. Our country has built 654 miles of barrier over the last 15 years, and every career Border Patrol agent I have spoken with has told me that walls work. They do work. No matter where you go, they work. Israel built a wall, 99.9% successful. Won't be any different for us. They keep criminals out. They save good people from attempting a very dangerous journey from other countries, thousands of miles, because they think they have a glimmer of hope of coming through. With a wall, they don't have that hope. They keep drugs out, and they dramatically increase efficiency by allowing us to patrol far larger areas with far fewer people. It's just common sense.
Yeah, that's because he's talking, though, I think, my opinion.
That's why most of the Democrats in Congress have voted in the past for bills that include
He just needs to
walls
stop
and
talking.
physical barriers and very powerful fences. The walls we are building are not medieval walls. They are smart walls designed to meet the needs of frontline border agents and are operationally
This is breakdown
effective.
momentum right here. But
These barriers are made of steel.
here comes the Blue
Have
Cross and the
see-through
50.
visibility, which is very important, and are equipped with sensors, monitors, and
But,
cutting-edge
you know,
technology,
since there's an event happening,
including
I'm waiting till
state-of-the-art
after the
drones.
event happens. I'm not even
We do
bothered
not
looking at
need
it unless we really
2,000
start to
miles
take
of
care of it.
concrete wall from
I want
sea
him
to
to finish
shining
up,
sea.
see what
We
he
never
says.
did. We never proposed that. We never wanted that, because we have barriers at the border where natural structures are as good as anything that we can build. They're already there. They've been there for millions of years. Our proposed structures will be in predetermined high-risk locations that have been specifically identified by the Border Patrol to stop illicit flows of people and drugs. No border security plan can ever work without a physical barrier, just doesn't happen.
He needs to stop
At the same
talking
time,
about
we need
this.
to
It's
increase
all day,
drug
every day.
detection technology and manpower to
He wants to convince
modernize
people
our
that
ports
he's
of
right.
entry.
Exactly, yeah.
Which are
That's what he
obsolete.
always does. Try to
The
convince
equipment's
people he's
obsolete,
right.
They're old, they're tired. This is something we have all come to agree on and will allow for quicker and safer commerce. These critical investments will improve and facilitate legal trade and travel through our lawful ports of entry. Our plan also includes desperately needed humanitarian assistance for those being exploited and abused by coyotes, smugglers, and the dangerous journey north. The requests we have put before Congress are vital to ending the humanitarian and security crisis on our southern border. Absolutely vital. Will not work without it. This crisis threatens the safety of our country and thousands of American lives. Criminal cartels, narco-terrorists,
Facebook's continuing to rise.
transnational gangs like MS-13, and human traffickers are brazenly violating U.S. laws and terrorizing innocent communities. Human traffickers. The victims are women and children. Maybe to a lesser extent, believe it or not, children. Women are tied up, they're bound, duct tape put around their faces, around their mouths. In many cases, they can't even breathe. They're put in the backs of cars or vans or trucks. They don't go through your port of entry. They make a right turn going very quickly. They go into the desert areas or whatever areas you can look at. And as soon as there's no protection, they make a left or a right into the United States of America. There's nobody to catch them. There's nobody to find them. They can't come through the port, because if they come through the port, people will see 4 women sitting in a van with tape around their face and around their mouth. Can't have that. And that problem, because of the internet, is the biggest problem. It's never been like this before, that you can imagine. It's at the worst level, human trafficking, in the history of the world. This is not a United States problem. This is a world problem. But they come through areas where they have no protection, where they have no steel barriers, where they have no walls. And we can stop almost 100% of that. The profits reaped by these murderous organizations are used to fund their malign and destabilizing conduct throughout this hemisphere. Last year alone, ICE officers removed 10,000 known or suspected gang members like MS-13 and members as bad as them. Horrible people, tough, mean, sadistic. In the last 2 years, ICE officers arrested a total of 266,000 criminal aliens inside of the United States, including those charged or convicted of nearly 100,000 assaults, 30,000 sex crimes, and 4,000 homicides, or as you would call them, violent, vicious killings. Can be stopped. Vast quantities of lethal drugs, including meth, fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine, are smuggled across our southern border and into U.S. schools and communities. Drugs kill much more than 70,000 Americans
Why is
a
he
year,
still talking about
and cost
this,
our
you know?
society in excess of $700 billion.
He repeats himself
The
constantly.
sheer
You know?
volume of illegal immigration has overwhelmed federal authorities.
So guys, there's
and
some
stretched
problems
our
with the
immigration system beyond the breaking
with that
point.
markets are continued breakdown. Selling the day trade
Nearly
here
50
that I got
migrants
earlier.
a day are being
You have to take a loss on
referred
this one.
for medical assistance. They're very,
I'd like to
very
wait until
sick.
after he's done talking
Making
here,
this
but
a health
you know,
crisis
we only have about an hour and a half until
as
markets
well.
close.
It's a very big health crisis.
It's good that the government
People
shutdown's
have
ending,
no
but
idea how
he
big
doesn't
it
know
is
how to
unless you're
keep
there.
his mouth shut.
Our
You know,
backlog
he should have said,
in
"Hey,
the
government
immigration
shutdown's
courts
ending. Here's the details of it,"
now
and
far
stop.
greater
But now he's just got to go
Then
on
the
and on.
800,000 cases that you've been hearing about over the last couple of years.
I'm really glad though how we got this video set up now. Now what I'm gonna do this weekend, guys, I'm gonna make a script, a schedule for us that we could do with this, because obviously, you know, no one wants to watch a live video all day, unless if you guys like watching a live video all day long. I mean, I could keep it all day long. Let me know, comment down below in the YouTube section here, not in the trade room, in the YouTube section. Just let me know.
Detain, house, vet, screen, and
Yeah.
safely process.
What's that?
Facebook
This
doesn't look that
No,
bad.
Facebook's holding up. You know, Facebook's holding up. 149.65. That's doing fine. Here comes the markets now. I think we're starting to get a little climb
Where
here.
they come
But anyway, guys,
Who
if
they
you guys
are,
like these videos,
why
what
they're
I could do is when I'm
The
ready to do a
result
live
for many
video
years
or a live trade, I
is
could
a
then
colossal
record it
danger
and we could do a live trade.
to public safety.
That's a great idea, Ed. What I could do, guys, is make a video, say, okay, guys, we're entering a trade, do a video of it, and then send that out with the trade alert. Say, hey, here's the video. That way they see me, what I'm talking about. Say, okay, here's the support, here's resistance, this is what we're looking for. Here's the target, here's the stop. I do the video, and then I send it out to you guys at the end of the day. Oh my God, that's a great idea. Guys, give me some ideas below, because I want this to be great, because some people can't sit here all day long and watch a video. You know, we have a lot of professionals. We have over 1,000 members, so we have to think of a system that pleases the majority.
Nowhere left to house them, and no way to promptly remove them. We can't get them out because our laws are so obsolete.
You see, he's been
So
talking 15
antiquated
minutes,
and
same
so
thing.
bad.
Yeah, same thing over and
We
over.
have new
I'm gonna go in the other room. I'm gonna take, this is my main phone. I'm gonna take the other phone here. I still haven't had lunch yet. I'm gonna make something
Called
here.
catch and release. You catch them, even if they're criminals. You then release them, and you can't release them
Let me know though if
from where they came.
you see anything crazy
So they go
happen.
into
I'm
our
expecting to
country
see that to continue to rise here.
and end up in
I'll have to
places
see
you
what
would
he
least
says.
suspect. And we do as little releasing as possible, but they're coming by the hundreds of thousands. I have had 0 Democrat lawmakers volunteer to have them released into their districts or states, and I think they know that, and that's what we're going to be discussing over the next 3 weeks. The painful reality is that the tremendous economic and financial burdens of illegal immigration fall on the shoulders of low-income Americans, including millions of wonderful, patriotic, law-abiding immigrants who enrich our nation. As Commander-in-Chief, my highest priority is the defense of our great country. We cannot surrender operational control over the nation's borders to foreign cartels, traffickers, and smugglers. We want future Americans to come to our country legally and through a system based on merit. We need people to come to our country. We have great companies moving back into the United States. And we have the lowest employment and the best employment numbers that we've ever had. There are more people working today in the United States than have ever worked in our country. We need people to come in to help us, the farms, and with all of these great companies that are moving back. Finally, they're moving back. People said it couldn't happen, it's happened. And we want them to enjoy the blessings of safety and liberty and the rule of law. We cannot protect and deliver these blessings without a strong and secure border. I believe that crime in this country can go down by a massive percentage if we have great security on our southern border. I believe drugs, large percentages of which come through the southern border, will be cut by a number that nobody will believe. So let me be very clear. We really have no choice but to build a powerful wall or steel barrier. If we don't get a fair deal from Congress,
here it goes.
the government will either shut down on February 15th
He's
again,
talking about a shutdown again.
or I will
That's
use
not
the
good for the
powers
news.
afforded to me under the law.
This is going to send the markets lower.
Constitution of the United States
There's no doubt.
to address this emergency. We will have great security. And I want to
President
thank you
Trump's
all
speech
very
is
much.
over. He
Thank
is
you very
taking no
much.
questions.
Hold on,
You
let's
see,
see.
he spoke
Yeah.
20 minutes and like last 30 seconds he gave a notice, you know?
Yeah.
The president
Exactly.
just finishing his remarks.
Yeah, that's what he does.
to a Rose
We wanted to build a
gathering
story and then
of,
say, oh.
press and administration
If they don't
officials,
help us,
in
we're
which he
gonna
says
So, guys, you
his,
see what he did, right?
the federal government
He gave
during
a
a period of
45-minute
3 weeks
story
until,
about,
I believe it
you know,
was February 15th.
whatever's on his mind that's going to make him look better for his proposal for the wall. He gave that speech. And then at the end, he said, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to give me my wall, or we're going to shut down the government again on the 15th. So we'll see what happens. That's over. Markets now are starting to rise. We just climbed above the 10 SMA. See what happens here.
VP of Washington Research with KBW, and Michael Zizas, U.S. Public
At around 3 o'clock.
A key part of this whole, and John Harwood is
Around 3 o'clock, it's going to be great.
to exclude you, is a bipartisan
Extrinsic
conference,
value is basically
that will
non-existent.
include, I gather, the
And we
leaders
can
of
make
the
some
House
great
and
trades.
Senate on both sides of the aisle
We got the Mac
to
D
review
crossing
the
now.
recommendations of DHS,
See what
ICE,
happens, guys. It's
Customs
just
and Border
patience and discipline
Patrol,
here.
among others, to come up with a more comprehensive solution in 3 short weeks, it is said, to push forward his plans for border security. Kayla?
And Tyler, it is that conference that could be very contentious. The president signaling that he expects both parties to be sending him a Homeland Security spending package shortly that he will sign, although he did say that if at the end of those 3 weeks, if it does not include some sort of barrier at the southern border,
Dudes are
that
still
he
rising
reserves
a
the
bit
right
here,
to
but
declare a national
not much
emergency
movement
over
like
the
I
border
expected.
or
But then
shut down
again,
the government
he gave an
again.
hour
But it
speech
should be
beforehand,
noted that
so
there was quite a lot
see
of
if we
real
start to
estate
get some
in that
movement here.
speech, that gave nods to Democrats, even if he didn't mention them by name. He talked about the need for a smart wall, which the #3 House Democrat James Clyburn has mentioned many times in the last several days. He talked about the need to modernize and
It's a
rebuild
smart
ports
wall.
of entry, which is something that
It's a
Speaker
smart wall,
Pelosi
yes.
specifically has suggested in the last several days. And he said that the country does not need 2,000 miles of concrete wall. We never did, even though as recently
I personally, guys, I don't think we need a wall.
the idea for a concrete wall, but certainly seeming to be
I think other than the wall
quite a
issue,
bit of give there in that
I think
speech
he's
by
doing a great
mentioning
job.
Several of their talking points, although he does seem to be reserving certain avenues for the next 3 weeks, if in fact he does not get that money.
And even February 15th, you said
I'm the
he
type,
didn't
I'm
go
not
for
Democrat or
months. That sounds
Republican,
like
I'm
was
for what's
mooted
right,
at some
you know?
point. So it gives us 3 weeks to come up with an agreement and for this conference committee to present him with some options. What did you learn from his announcement that was different from what we thought we knew going into it?
Well, a couple of things. One is, it's, as to Kayla's point, is it is striking to hear the
Guys, what we're
president
watching
say,
here is
we don't
accused,
need
like I
2,000
said.
miles of concrete wall from sea to shining sea. We never
This is
did.
what we're
That
watching here.
Flies in the face of the tone of the president's rhetoric over the past several years, and it will be noted in conservative circles. I'm told, and I was told by a source during the course of the president's speech, that date of February 15th shifted from February 28th within the hour before the president gave these remarks. So this was very much a moving target today as they cobbled together this deal in real time. What it does, though, is it gives us in Washington generally
I just saw her go
3
by.
weeks to let some of the steam out, to get some of those federal employees paid. That'll take some of these headlines off of the front pages of federal
There we go.
employees
She's
in
breaking.
agonizing situations, and it will prevent administration officials
Leave that
from
there,
offering perhaps unintentionally out-of-touch comments about how the federal employees can deal with this situation. And that will allow them to cut a deal. But John Harwood is probably right in that once they reopen this government, there's not going to be a whole lot of appetite from Republicans in this town to do this exercise all over again.
Michael Zizas, welcome to the conversation. We didn't get to you last time, but you're welcome to chime in here. What do you think caused whatever sort of thawing has taken place over the last 24 hours?
Markets are rising here, guys.
There are 2 votes in the Senate, and we should point out that the Democratic plan in the Senate got
We just
2
had the
more
MACD crossover on the queues.
Was it the airline disruption? Is it the pressure that is mounting from the federal
Call sweep on Ford Motor Company, ticker F.
Probably a stew of all of the above.
Yeah, I think a stew of all the above is the right answer to that question.
Alrighty, guys, so the queues are breaking out again here. We have the crossover of the MACD. We're having the SMAs crossover here, the 10 above the 20. Just waiting to see what happens here. It's 240 right now, so looking to make some more trades here. We're in 1 trade on Q calls now. I wanted to wait until after Trump, and as you see why, guys, I told you guys that, you know, while Trump's speaking, usually the markets drop. I've said that many times over and over again. And, you know, usually when he's speaking, the markets drop because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. Now that he stopped talking, we're starting to get a little rise here, so we'll see what happens. It's only 241, so we'll see what happens here, guys. 10 days crossing above the 20. There's a big green candle here now on the breakout. 165.50 is now at 15 cents.
Infrastructure plan as a kind of white knight riding to a rescue here doesn't make a lot of sense with all of this.
Really a great point there, and it leads me to my next question for you, Michael, and that is, how much do you think that the shutdown...
Yeah, Bill, it is a nice trend here. It's a really nice one. This would be a nice entry now. If you guys are day trading, I'm already in a trade now. But if you guys are day trading, on this cross right here, I'd buy the 165 strike for 36 cents. The 165 strike call for today's expo, January 25th, that's what I would buy if you're not in a trade. I'm already in a trade. So like I said, guys, if you're not in a trade, you're looking for a day trade, with our TSE trade plan, you can use the 1020 crossover. You can buy the 165 strike calls for today's expo. So again, they're at the, here, I'm going to write that down what it's at now. The 165 calls for 36 cents. That's for today's expo. So those are the trades right there. You just had the crossover, Ed.
Yep.
Talk about it in the trade room and monitor that. Let's see how you do with this, okay, Ed? This is your test here. So you just had the entry. Here's the cross. Where's your entry now? Your entry's on the next green candle, right?
Yep.
With the trade plan. So if this is a green candle right here, that's your entry.
Senate Majority Leader McConnell will be speaking on the Senate floor momentarily.
McConnell is going to be speaking on the Senate floor momentarily, guys. Things are wrapping up here. The government shutdown is ending, and they're going to be doing a bill right now to get the government shutdown employees paid. So that's big news for the markets. We just had a crossover on the next green candle here on the Qs. We're looking at the QQQs on the 1 day to day 1 minute chart. So right here, if this candle remains green by the end of this minute at 2:44, if that candle is green, that's the entry for a day trade. I'm already in the Qs, but those of you that are just joining, that would be your entry. A green candle, next green candle. Your sell signal is what, Ed?
The full red candle.
Full red candle where?
When after you cross the SMA, the 10 SMA, right?
That is job. Well done, brother. There you go, guys. Qs are breaking out. There's your entry. You have your entry. The 165 strike calls, 36 cents a contract. And you guys are in it. And let me know how you guys do. Look at that breakout, guys. Now it's at 42 cents. Guys, get in it. Or I'm not licensed to say get in it or whatever, but you guys know. I'm trading. I'm in it. If you guys get in and you make some money on this trade, comment on the YouTube channel below in the comment below. This is nice. Ed, follow up with our members in the trade room. If you guys on YouTube are not members, join us, santarelliexchange.com. Use promo code TRADER, all capital letters. Join us for either the monthly or yearly. Look at that breaking out, Ed. Wow, the 165 is at 0.46 now, 0.49. Look at that breakout, guys. You got in at 36 cents. It's now at 45. Guys, that's breakout momentum. We're in it. Let me know if you guys get in. Comment below, guys. This is great. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to have a quick smoke break. Let me know if you guys are in. It's early still. It's only 2:44, so. Ed, talk to them in the trade room because Ed wants to start trading full-time again. He was just out in Brazil, so I'm getting him back on track with trading, helping him out with the trade plan, and getting him back on the path to success here. He's a realtor here in Orlando. I'm helping him, and he's going to do well. So look at that breakout. Wow, that was a nice breakout, Ed. Wow. You guys take your profits. When you get a profit like that, that is a quick profit from 0.49 to you bought it at 0.36. That's a 36% gain. If you had just only, say, $3,500 in that trade, times that by 0.36, that's a $1,260 profit. And you're still in the trade. It's still in breakout momentum. You know, it's still making you higher profits. But that's a quick $1,300 gain on a small $3,500 trade in literally, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? That's what we do daily, guys. This is our first day again with this live camera and everything like that. So we're still getting used to it. Once we get used to it, this is going to be the best trading academy you guys have seen. Look at that continued breakout, Ed. Look at that continued breakout. Look at those candles. Wow.
Yeah, just try to help some members here in the chat room.
Guys, sign up to santarelliexchange.com. Use promo code TRADER. Again, the santarelliexchange.com. Use promo code TRADER for the yearly membership. And save on that, guys. We're going to be doing this live daily. I'm also going to send out videos to members. I'm going to think of how I could do a shorter edited video so it's not an all-day thing. But think of some ideas, guys, and comment below for us. What would you guys like? You guys are the ones that pay for it. Let me know what you guys would like to see. Like if it's I only do a live video when I'm entering and exiting the trades, like during a trade. Or do you like it all day long? Let me know below, guys. Again, santarelliexchange.com, promo code TRADER. I'm going to go have a quick smoke and use the restroom.
One is the Fed meeting next week and what we hear there. Number two is the 3-week.
You gonna come in?
Number three is that on March 1st is the putative deadline for an agreement.
You think I should close the video now?
And number four.
I think it's better.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna be here.
I just like them to hear the background, you know, the Benzinga and all that.
Okay.
They like to hear Benzinga. Hey guys, instead of me, if you guys rather me shut down the video like this now, when I go, that's fine. I could do that. I leave this on so you guys could hear Benzinga, see what's going on, see the news and everything. So if you guys don't like that, I'll end the video now and then I'll just come when I come back. Comment on this video though below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you soon.